Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me. Good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you're able to hear me. Everyone, please let me know if you're able to hear me. Give me a yes in the chat box. Hey, good morning, Kev. Are you but are you able to hear me now? Give me a yes in the chat box. Okay, again, good morning, everyone. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, testing, testing, one, two, three. All right, good morning, Kev. How about now? Are you guys able to hear me? All right, perfect. Am I coming through clear or am I choppy? Having good, man. How about yourself? We got some nice opportunities lined up for us right now, guys. So make sure you go ahead and get your pairs up because we're going to get jiggy in just a second. I got a candle close that I was waiting for on the dollar, and we're going to get into some trades that are correlated with the dollar for right now. Okay, good, good. Yeah, audio seems to always have some kind of issues with this, but I think I just need to, uh, let my computer go. It's been a while. Need to get something new. Just you don't want to let it go. But yeah, guys, we're looking pretty good for a few trades. Again, remember you don't need a whole ton to be successful at this. You just need the quality ones, and that'll take you home. All right. So here we go. Okay. Everybody pull up gold. Okay. All right. We're gonna pull up gold, and we're getting ready to sell gold. So everybody pull up gold. XAU USD for gold. All right, here we are on gold. So with the dollar, guys, we're still bullish. All right, if we look at it from a higher time frame, you guys can see that we had a nice little thing happen here, right? So we had consolidation. We go ahead and duplicate that price rose up and did the same exact thing, right? How ironic. Okay, so out to the upside, consolidated, and now it's getting ready to do the same thing and kind of break out to the upside, right? History repeats itself, and there you have it. So when we get to where price is right now, guys, we can see market structure is still telling us that we are in a uptrend. This is what you want to go by more than anything else, right? More than correlation, sometimes more than the news, or let me say most times more than the news. We do have news for the dollar coming out around 10, and let me try to see what that was about. Um, um, so consumer confidence and then JOLTS job reports. All right. So it looks like they're expecting number of job openings reported during the month, excluding the farm industry. So they're expecting that to be lower from 8.79 million to 8.73 million. All right. So jobs, they're expecting, or at least the job openings, they're expecting to be decreased. So depending on, that around 10, that could easily, kind of turn the dollar around from, making this uptrend market structure to possibly market structure, right, guys? So be careful of that. But for now, right here on this 15-minute time frame, let me go back really quick, but we're going to get in gold. So again, guys, get that up. All right. So again, a lot of consolidation, but just coming from this low, right? We have a higher, we have a high, we have a higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Really now a higher low. So we're still trending up for the time being. And if I actually had put a trend line right here, then we'll be the trend line as well as this level of support, as well as this low, which is the dotted yellow line. All right, that was a tongue twister. Um, so this is a confluence, right? Trend line, previous day low, and support. Bulls are showing up, so that's really all you really need to be a part of the run phase of the market structure. All right. So again, the phases. You got two phases, guys: runs and pullbacks. So retracements, or whatever you want to call them, right? Going back, right? You could call it whatever. But here it is: run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback. So now what's next? You guessed it, the run. Okay, so that's what we're expecting, or at least that's what I'm expecting, for us to go and take out the high of the previous day. All right, so I'll line the high up just a little bit more. Boom. All right, let's get rid of the markup. And you guys understand now, where we are with market structure. Again, this is the key for you guys to really be able to understand when it's time for you to get into a trade, when you have a good setup, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So right here on the 15-minute, we got this nice bullish engulfing candle coming off of the support area. Guys, this is really all that I need. All right. Even if I go lower, right, you guys can see, I don't know where that came from. All right. But if we go lower, you guys can see that as we got into the support area, we basically had a break of this trend line, right? So we broke, when got above this little tiny high, right? Made this higher low, and now we're pushing up to make the higher high. So what makes this very significant, okay, guys, is that we have this order block right here, all right? So this is simply the last bear candle before price broke structure, all right? This is a high. Last bear candle before price pushed up and broke higher than the previous high. So we're going to mark that as our buyer's order block, and it is unmitigated at this time. What that simply means is that we have not come back to test this order block or mitigate it to continue rising. All right. Doesn't mean that it will happen. All right. It's just one of those things that if you're now looking for your buying opportunity, you will most likely want to wait until this gets mitigated, okay? But even if you don't, that does not mean that you're not going to be successful or win the trade, okay? So I have alerts set right now to let me know when the dollar pushes up, and I have an alert set at the order block to let me know if we go and touch the order block, all right? So to be honest, I'm already convinced because now we've already filled this fair value gap that was between these three candles. Okay, so boom, here is your fair value gap. And again, they call this imbalance. Okay, because the first, this red candle, the second and the third, really the first and the third candle, they have a gap. So because of that, this shows that there's a big demand in this zone, right? Or in this price point by the with this major body breaking this high, creating the imbalance, and giving us an opportunity to, be pushing, pushing, pushing. We may mitigate this order block. We may not. Time will tell. Regardless, I'm going to get into my opportunities where the dollar is rising because, all on this lower time frame, I had everything that I need, right? This is all the pullback, and now we've broken the pullback structure, right, on the lower time frame to now see that it's making uptrend structure. That way we can get in alignment with it rising up on the higher time frame. Again, hope everybody heard that. If you have questions about that, please let me know now so the light bulb can come on because most people have a very difficult time with that specifically, right? You can identify the trend on the higher time frames because look, price is super clean, super clear, right? But then as you go to lower time frames, you're like, oh shit, what am I in now? I don't know. Are we up? Are we down? Or what's the deal? Okay, so if you have a hard time with what we call multiple time frame confluence, okay, let me know right now and I will try to get you, sorted out. But if you understand it, awesome. You know what I mean? You're definitely going to start having some more success with your trading. And it's going to be a close call, okay? But we are grabbing it from resistance where rejected, all right here. Let's it did not engulf it, right? And it also did respect the previous level of resistance, which is now, acting as support for the moment, okay? So I am, and it's giving me rejection. So to a degree, I feel a little iffy, all right? Just letting you guys know out the gate, but really my emotions aren't really tangled up like that, right? You know what I mean? I'm going to place a really tight stop loss right above this wick. So that's from 37 to about 40. That's a $3 move, and that's just 30 pip loss, right? But for my take profit, I'm going to be aiming all the way to the support level at 2012, roughly, right? So I'm risking my opportunity to make more than I'm losing is significantly higher. All right. And when you have situations like that, you need to just go ahead and, take them. Right. There's no need to, be too emotional about that. All right. Especially when things are lining up and they're starting to look good. So again, I'm going to keep it on the 5 minute here. So as we're, mitigating all of this, right, whether it's the fair value gap or the order block, all I'm really waiting on, guys, is one more bull candle. If I can get a bull candle, then I'm going to go ahead and sell gold, right? And I'm going to look for opportunities on the major pairs. Like I can see here on the dollar CAD, we did break support, but now you can see how we're curving it, right? We kind of rejected the low, right? Once we broke support, we consolidated, and now big bull candle. And so anytime you guys see like this U shape, okay, if you look it up on any kind of candlestick pattern or chart pattern, you'll see that this is a bullish, kind of shape. Okay, so we may have an opportunity to buy on the dollar CAD. All right, so just be prepared for that. Okay, and again, that lines up with the dollar rising, dollar CHF. Also, right, you can see how if we look at it from a higher time frame, we were going up and then we broke this low right here, made a lower low, then a lower high, and now all of these lows are pretty much equal, right? I can stretch the support out. You guys can see that we pretty much been unable to break below this area, okay? And so now when we're looking at it on the lower time frame, this is what we can see is that, we get here, we bounce up, get here, bounce up, get here, bounce up, get here, bounce up. But now we're kind of staying up, okay? Where we got a nice little level, right? Right there, okay? You can see the candles just respect, 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 and now a bullish candle. So again, this is looking good for a buying opportunity as well. All right, guys. So pull up, have dollar CHF in your watch list right now to hurry up and kind of get into a trade pretty soon on it. All right. Just gonna tighten up this support level. I think that's good enough. Okay, but we got the alerts set, and we may very well buy this because again, consolidation, bullish engulfing, pull back, right? Just back to the support area, and then another major engulfing candle. We kept our support, so we kept our support level respected, and then again another bullish candle. So guys, if we had bought from this bullish engulfing candle right here with the stop below, any one of these wicks, we would have been in the money, right now 17 pips, and it says 8 hours, but regardless, you would have been in a very nice opportunity from that standpoint. But again, we didn't know that for sure that it was going to rise with this bullish engulfing candle. What we needed was price to make this higher low. Okay, that's what we got now, and so now it should be time to rock and roll. And we're just going to wait again for these alerts to set off. Then we're going to go. All right. So again, no bullish candle on the dollar yet. All right. Peep how I told you guys that it's filling this fair value gap and potentially going to touch this order block before we see a bull candle. All right. And again, we can look at gold. Gold's not really pushing up or pushing down. Right. So once we get this bull candle to show up on the dollar, then gold will most likely start to push down. All right. Gonna push the alerts up a bit. All right. So there we have it. Let's go back and review some of the other trades. All right, dollar JPY is looking a little low, but it's really bearish. All right, just want to let you guys see it. All right. So again, rising, rising. It broke out of that, made a low, right? Made a lower high, and now we could potentially, still make a lower low, or this could turn into a higher low as it's respecting this previous day's low, and we can start to rise up. So we just got to be pretty careful about what we're going to do. I will set in. See something going off, says dollars rising, or my dollar alert went off. Maybe it's for when it got low. Let's see. All right, so yep, much. All right, so now I'm push my alerts down, and now when I get something on the dollar. All right, so they went off really quick, but put it back. Okay. How it's already rejecting as it's coming to this area. Okay. But we'll give it some more time. And again, if you want to get the nitty gritty, right, we go down to the 1 minute. Okay. And what do you know? Bulls are already showing up from here, but I definitely want to see them, kind of break above this fair value gap, at least, a candle that closes outside of this. And then it's going to be game time for us to go on gold. All right. So please hang tight. All right, there we go. We got one alert of the dollar, doing its thing. We're just going to see. All right, we'll wait and see. And, looking bullish. All right, so you just got to be careful about that. Again, this is still a, uptrend market structure, right? So run, pullback, run, a little consolidation, right? Ran up a little bit more. And now, not quite a deep pullback, but again, at one point the bears did push down. It's just that the bulls showed up. Okay, so with all this wick that you see here, this is showing rejection of sellers, right? When it's below the candle, that's rejection of sellers. When it's above the candle, that's rejection of buyers. See? All right, look at that, guys. Look at that wickage right at the order block. Okay, just get some more alerts in the mix. Let's hang tight. All right. Again, guys, if you just joined, the dollar is bullish. Okay. Get into trades that line up with the dollar rising. Guys, we're about to rock and roll. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Boom. Right at the order block. Time to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is all I need. All right. And look, right outside like I wanted it to be. And we're putting sell gold right now. This may very well be the play of this morning that we need. We're going to place our stop loss right above the channel. We're going to go a little deeper to kind of give us some breathing room from this wick, right? At down to 2011. All right. When we look at that, we're getting a 1 to 3. That's a $7 move for a $23 move. So you're risking 70 pips for 230 pips. All right. That's how we're playing this. And again, we have everything that we need. This rising channel is a bearish reversal pattern. We're getting in from a resistance area of the channel, the resistance area of the previous day high. And then, of course, the dollar being strong. Those are all of our confluences, okay? Can we lose this trade? Yes, all right? We can always think about that, right? If that's the only thing you're going to think about, then that's a problem, right? Because there's two sides to this coin. So you also need to think about, well, what if you win, right? Especially with having things that tell you, this is what is supposed to happen, or there's a higher probability of this happening than that happening, right? You have to look at it on both sides, guys. Right? If you don't, then you're never really going to enjoy trading forex. All right. You know how it is. If you think you already lost, then you lost. So try to keep that out your mind. All right. Look at the dollar CHF. Guys, I'm probably going to take this as well for the buy. Will look like this, getting in here. And I'm going to go right behind this level of support. All right. It's giving me a 15 pips. Actually, and get behind the low of the previous day. Let me make sure that is the low of the previous day. Okay, it is not. Hold on. Here's our previous day. And again, I went to the daily time frame. This candle, each one of these candles represent a full day, right? So for Monday, the dollar CHF was down, all right? As of right now, right, the dollar CHF is up, okay? That's all we need to know. But in our case, we're trying to catch the rest of this up move that is potentially going to make, depending on however far it's going to go. So the low is really down here. All right, that's a 31 pip stop loss, guys. That's beautiful. All right, anything below 50 is music to my ears. Here's our 1 to 2 right near this high. All right, so we're trying to get above this one, but we got to be careful because it can stop here because this is a nice level of resistance. All right, so just keep that in mind. But always go for the gusto, and as you approach that resistance, just make sure you lock in profits. That's it. All right, if you do that, everything will be a-okay. All right, but here's our position, and I'm taking it. All right, guys, we're buying the dollar C to it. And give me a second. I'll give you guys the numbers on the gold play once again. All right, here we are. And please remember to trade at your own risk. This is not financial advice, just what I'm doing in the market. All right, so here we go. Gold. All right, I'm selling now. All right, my entry price is 20.35. Okay, stop loss is 20.42. Okay, and our take profit is 2011. All right. Now our dollar CHF, I'm buying that. All right. Again, this lines up with the dollar rising. So USD CHF. All right. Buy now. Entry price 0.86368. Okay. Stop loss is 31 pips. Okay, take profit is 68 pips. All right, there is the dollar CHF play. I'm going to set a few alerts just to let me know that it is rising and that we should be in the money. Let's take a look at the dollar. All right, there it is, guys. We pushed up. We've now breaking this high. And now we got another fair value gap. All right, that is probably going to fill and then take off. So here we are. And there we go. Okay, another fair value gap. All right. So waiting for that to do its thing, but I'm already convinced. Okay. Again, as we broke that downtrend market structure, we started making uptrend market structure. We mitigated the order block. There's your pullback. We started rising. Guys, if I take a Fibonacci from this low to this high, I'm pretty sure the pullback is going to be in the 50 or the 61.8 area to where it took off and is starting to rise. So I'll do that really quick. So again, from this low to this high right here, I just stretch it out. And what do you know, right? Right off our 38.2, right? And now we're doing our thing. All right. So again, for the dollar, I just expect it to rise. Push this out a little and this one out some more. All right. Time will tell, but let's get some alerts set. Man, this alerts are getting hit. It's like a, I guess it's a really wide spread on the dollar that I can't really see right now, but nonetheless, let's just get those alerts in there. Oh, now, so it went from green to red, which is obviously good for us selling, but just not, moving just yet. All right. But it is that time, right? We're in the New York session and things will get going, in the blink of an eye. So stay tuned. Okay. Now, our dollar looks like it's falling. All right. This is a rising, what do you call this? Ascending triangle. All right. Level of resistance. I don't know. I have it as support, but here we are. Resistance. Oh, because it had broke above it, but it's now resistance, right? And we're breaking the trend line, possibly getting ready to, get down to support because the dollar is bullish. It typically pushes the odd dollar down, all right? So it's not super clean. And then plus we've already missed a big chunk of the drop. We should have got in from when it broke back below support is where we should have gotten in. And we probably would have had 20 some odd pips, for this morning. But we missed the boat. It's okay. You just wait for the next opportunity. All right, over to euro dollar. Okay, now at one point this was falling, so it was bearish for a minute, but now it seemed to respect support and it's rising up. Again, correlation would say if the dollar is rising, then we want to sell the euro USD. But as of right now, the euro USD kind of looks a little bullish. All right. It may still fall. Again, you guys can see that it is falling, but the way that it's falling, it's in this diagonal, slanted kind of way. Now it looks like it may push up and continue rising. Not 100% sure, but we just got to be very mindful of it. All right. So alerts being set. All right, moving on to dollar pound or pound dollar. So here again, it's giving us equal lows. So it looks like it may want to rise. So you guys have to be able to know how to like spot and identify this because, you know, you'll be thinking, oh, if the dollar's rising, then I simply want to, sell these non-dollar based pairs, which is pretty true most of the time. But at the same token, you don't always want to carry that every single time, right? You want to go with what the chart is showing you over the correlation, all right? But now here on the pound dollar, I do see a little change, right? So as we're rising up, right, we're starting to curve a little bit. You understand? And I think we may get a drop. Okay, but as of looking at it on the lower time frame, right, we can see that these lows are just equal for now. Okay, and that's just as of right now. They can still get broken, where we can start pushing down, but definitely want to, just be mindful of that, guys. Okay, and let's go ahead and set some alerts. So if any of you were looking to sell pound dollar, you may still win it, but you have to be mindful that it's creating these equal lows to where if you look on the lower time frame, you can see what happened the last time it got here. It took off and it actually went about 50 pips to the upside. So if you sell, you're risking, potentially a 50 pip, move. So if you do have your stop above the previous day high, then you might survive that pullback, right? But why, try to sell it now if it really has potential to rise up? You'd rather sell it from the high, right? That's the name of the game. You sell high, you buy low, all right? So again, we just want to see a break of the low before we look for any selling opportunities on the pound dollar. All right, guys, just one moment. Okay, so New Zealand dollar, okay, same thing, it looks bullish. All right, so all of our non-dollar based pairs except the odd dollar looks a little bullish, which is weird for the dollar to be rising. All right, it is pushing down a little further now, but overall, we're still just going to see what's going to happen. And here, all right, alert set. Looking at it from higher time frame. Okay, so you see all the rejection. 13 minutes, so you never know what's going to happen. Just going to leave it on the lower time frame, and we're going to let it, do. It is pushing up a little bit. It's testing that previous day's high. All right, so we are down about what is this? 30. And now all the alerts are going off again. Most of my alerts for the dollar were to let me know when it's going up. All right, so if we look at that, there we go. We're going back up on the dollar. So we got to hang tight. All right, guys, it's going to be a roller coaster. That's how it always is. But once you've done this enough, you know how to control your emotions for the ride, right? This is the yen index, and I'm looking for this to rise so that we can sell the GJ. All right, my team is already in it, and we're up now 18 pips. We took this trade yesterday. All right, GJ for a long time, since the beginning of January, it was rising, rising, rising because the CPI came out and it was good. Then it consolidated, right? It started making these lower highs, as you can see here. So it grabbed that liquidity and then it started to drop and it's dropping, dropping, dropping. All right, so the JPY, maybe you want to wait for it to push up just a little bit more to hit the previous day low, and then it's going to start dropping a little more. But GJ, guys, is another one that you want to take a look at as it's for a huge drop. All right, we're aiming for 288 pips on this, and you can see from just looking left, like from here to here. All right, when we do it, okay, let's go like this. That's a 270 pip move in 1 day. Okay, 1 day and 4 hours. It is highly possible, is what I'm getting at. All right, so GJ, guys, put it on your watch list and monitor it for the drop. Okay. Again, if the yen rises, which, this is a falling channel, a bullish reversal pattern, it finally broke out. It finally broke above this high and with a massive bullish candle. So this is just going to be another pullback, and then we're going to take off. So something similar to what the dollar just did. All right. And again, looking at the dollar. All right, there's our bull candle. So again, we're probably going to, just keep doing a little dance until it decides that it really wants to take off to the upside. And looking at gold. All right. So, yep, it's there, but push our alerts up. And we're going to get notified once it's going to go down. All right. I will put a little bit of a resistance level right here. Okay, there we have it. Okay. And we'll let we'll let time do its thing. All right, guys. Oil does look bearish, but, we're going to see typically when dollar rises, oil does fall. So we broke the low from yesterday with the massive bearish candle. Again, we may want to wait for a pullback, all right, before we get in for a sell to take it, once it's finished or once that pullback is over. All right, but for now, let's go back to our majors. So done with the majors. Odd dollar, I'm sorry, pound odd. We're going to sell my team. So looking at this, okay, we're pulling back. We're down 23 pips. All right, so I'm just going to set the alerts and let me know when it's falling once again. But as of right now, going to leave it alone. All right, pound CAD. My team also took a sell on this. Okay, and we're up 13 pips. So get my alert set. Again, guys, the run, the pullback, the run is going to come after. All right, pound CHF, my team took. And again, we're up 19 pips on this so far. Just setting a few more alerts. Okay, and this looks pretty promising. Again, I needed to break that low of yesterday, and then I'll feel way more confident in that low as of right now. All right, dollar pushing up, something going on the euro dollar. Let's take a look. As it is one of our majors. Again, we're starting to fall. Right, so with the dollar rising, that's typically what the euro does, is fall. But you got to be careful because it's still a little mix on the euro dollar. All right, here's dollar finally trying to put, still looking bullish. Let's look at it on lower time frame. Do we have any? All right, got an indecision candle coming up right at that previous day high as support, but now we're below it, and now we're respecting it as resistance, guys. It's a good sign. Definitely means we could turn around and start to fall. All right, but that candle has to do its thing. All right, NAS. All right, NAS looks like it's going to fall. And there's your level of resistance. Okay. And honestly, I would sell it right now. All right, with a very tight stop loss position like this. And there you go. So I'm risking about $104. So 104 points to make, really, I'm going to aim for the gusto here, to make it a very nice risk to reward of 1 to 4, right? So I'm getting a 400-point move if we can get the dollar to rise and the bears to continue to show up. Again, guys, FYI, this is still in a uptrend, okay? So we got a fair value gap here that it most likely, it's just filling, right? It could just be filling that and then turning around to go up. But I'm willing to risk my chances on the fact that every time we got up to this area, this zone, we rejected it and fell. Right. So even if as we're pulling back, right, I can get a little profit, to this candle, I can probably, it may push a little deeper and I can get it to the previous day's low. Right. But my hope is that, again, dollar takes off and, we get the NAS to fall. Yes, hope is not a strategy, but a lot of times, just when you see things over and over where price is having a hard time breaking above a resistance level or support level, when you take your chances on selling or buying it with a very tight stop, you get rewarded more often than not. All right, that's just what that is. Wall Street set for lower opening after mixed earnings. Okay, so here on TradingView, they give you news right here, and there's plenty of it. And again, this is also, part of analyzing the markets, right? It's reading the news, which is what we call fundamental analytics, right? Marking up the charts is called technical analytics. Okay, so here, Wall Street set for lower open after mixed earnings, right? So if Wall Street is set to go lower after the open, right? Wall Street, in 30 minutes, right? Roughly, the stock market will be open. And already I'm kind of seeing that, it's looking bearish a little bit, right? Bears are showing up here on the NAS. Bears are showing up here on the US 30. Again, I'm still, it's still bullish. I'm not, taking away market structure, but I'm just saying, when you read the news, right? Wall Street set for lower open, all right? So it doesn't mean that it won't go up, but it may drop a little lower when we open. And we can just take our money, get out, and let it do whatever it wants to do after that. All right. SPY also, right? Look at this big bull candle with this body, and now smaller body, and then we went indecision, bigger bear body, right? So there's a possibility that we could absolutely fall on uh, SPY, okay, in most of the indices, to be honest, with the way that they're looking at the moment. Okay, so here was the previous day's high. We respected it with consolidation, and now look, indecision, bears have shown up. I'm going to set some alerts, okay, guys, because again, I do feel like we're going to get a drop on these indices, okay, because the dollar looks bullish. All right. Yep. Got up out of all of that, right? And now it still looks bullish. So I'm going to take my chance on selling NAS. All right. I sold it from here where we made these equal lows, but I lost the trade, right? Again, for the most part, this may have just been a liquidity hunt, right? But I didn't cry about it. I just know this is part of the game, guys, right? You take your L's and then look, you turn around and you take W's. That's how that goes. That's how that really goes when you know what you're doing, and you don't try to revenge trade, right? So you bought it, I'm sorry, you sold it, and then it took you out, and you're like, oh, so you're going to go up? All right, I'm going to get into a buy to try to get my money back, and then it still turns around on you anyway, right? You go, oh, come on. You think somebody's really back there watching what you're doing and know what you're saying, and they're just taking the opposite side of your position every single time to make you lose your trade. You get frustrated, and you want more and more revenge, but you just don't get that revenge. All right, guys, please rock with me. I will get you right. All right, forexwithbain.com. Okay. Okay, it's in the chat. Excuse me. And let me know. All right, but here we go. So selling NAS. Okay. In NAS 100. Sell now. Entry price 17545. Stop loss is 17649. Take profit is 17126. All right. As a sell on gold and a buy on USD CHF. All right. So we are down. It's just the name of the game. Price goes up and down. And look, if we had placed our stop right below that support, we would have been at risk of getting it hit. But at the same token, that would have been a very, very tight stop loss of just like 10 or 12 pips. Okay. So again, try not to sweat the small things, guys. All right. Definitely want to, go for the big fish and, just take your chances, right? You can't win if you're not in. All right. So just get in the mix. Okay, we're behind the low of the day. So if we just so happen to go and break all below this, then that definitely means dollar wants to fall, right? And that's okay. Try to make your decisions at that time. All right, so we're pushing up a little bit more on gold, but I feel like, once we get into this resistance level, we'll start to turn have it. So again, guys, the other nice play is GJ. So if you guys want the information, again, you can see here on the chart where you can, just kind of get in at whatever the entry price is now. Our stop loss is very high because, again, this is one of those trades that we are looking to win, okay? So having a very high stop loss typically will give you the opportunity to win this trade. So this is more of a swing trade because of the amount of pips that we're risking, okay? But at the same token, it's mainly to give us breathing room to allow us to win this trade, probably by the end of the week, which could really be, sometime today where this drops, over 200 some odd pips, all right? Because again, the JXY is also looking bullish, all right? We just needed to go ahead and break out and get above the high. Then we can pretty much kiss the baby goodnight on GJ, all right? So guys, gold for the sell, all right? USD CHF for the buy, GJ for the sell, and NAS for the sell, okay? Again, SPY and US 30 could probably also fall, but I'm just not gonna, put all my, get into all of them like that, right? I feel like NAS is the best looking one to me, okay? These two equal highs, it came up to reject it, and now bears are showing up. I can get away with a tight stop loss behind that entire resistance, right? Rather than US 30, I don't really have any equal highs anywhere, right? This is simply just a pullback that could turn around and rise. On SPY, again, same thing. I don't have any equal highs anywhere, right? We broke all the highs. So we're definitely, pushing up higher. This is just pullback. Okay, so yes, it can come all the way down for a pullback and then rise, but ultimately these just don't look the best to me at the moment. All right, so that's why I'm not taking these two. All right, so again, oil, we could definitely fall. You guys can see, how we got that major rise, and even when we look left, we hit these highs, right? So these equal highs, we got up in that area, big bearish candle, and now we've broken structure to the downside. So we can easily continue to push down on oil and, get almost, 3 or 400 pip move on oil because every dollar movement in oil is 100 pips. All right, guys, got a nice little trend line break as well. Okay, there it is. So again, looking very, very promising on oil for a drop. So, analyze it how you see fit and, get in the mix potentially for a sell. All right, let me just do this to kind of put things in perspective. We do have this minor level of support. All right, so again, if you're looking to sell it, right, you probably want to wait until it either kind of pulls back like this, or you want to wait until it drops and breaks support and maybe pull back to it like that, right? So you either want to be getting in from here or getting in from here. That way you catch the drop, right? That's how you want to be looking at oil, okay? So, guys, any questions, comments, concerns, anything whatsoever? Any pair that you guys want to take a look at, please let me know and we can review it. Again, anything you want to know about Forex, anything whatsoever, let me know and I will definitely take the time to answer it for you. Get that nice move. Okay, once again, guys, any questions, any comments, any concerns, any, you know, right, guys, if there's nothing else, appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys showing up and showing some love. Please join my Discord if you're not already a part. All right, by going to my website, forexwithbain.com, and get in the mix, guys. We really get to it, and you guys will see that on top of learning, right? And you'll also be able to get it for yourself. Okay, so if that's what you're looking for, right? And you want it broken down to you, right? No big words, no trigonometry and encyclopedia stuff, right? Then come on and join the crew. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys have a great morning. Peace.